Hey yo, what is happening guys? This is the Lightning Shade coming at you with another video. So today we got some news regarding Final Fantasy VII Remake and the type of parts that it will be covering. So of course these are the different parts. As we know, it's a multi-title game. And when we think about multi-title game, the closest thing to a Final Fantasy multi-title game is Final Fantasy 13/13-2 and Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. So that was like a trilogy, and that was a multi-type-esque video game series of the Final Fantasy genre. Now apparently that's going to be something similar to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but at the same time different. But without further ado, let's just dive straight into it. As you can see right here, Matsuda actually had an interview with a Game Informer. Right here, outside of re-releases, Square Enix also seems keen on doing more remakes, but is also putting lots of thought and care into how approaching this. Obviously, a lot of people think, you know, hey yo, it's a remake, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It is. But Matsuda gave more insight into the company's philosophy around this. Remakes are harder, more challenging than you might think, he said. Just by nature of being a remake, it means that there was an original, and I believe that you have to be able to surpass the original. It's not enough just to do a straight reprint of the old one, because you also want to get new fans to be able to enjoy it. There are also old fans who knew the old game, and at the same time we want new people to enjoy it. I think you really need to achieve both of these things, and that's why I say it's quite challenging, and Matsuda's really right about this. And then he continues, as far as a Final Fantasy VII Remake goes, Matsuda has left a lot of the decisions up to the team for how they want to bring it to the modern generation of players, and this goal goes as far as how it begins released in the installment. He then says, of course the development team would have had a variety of discussions about how they should go and take such famous games as a Final Fantasy VII and remaking that for the modern day. I believe that this style of releasing it like this is something that was born of those discussions, but it is true that each of the individual games will be released as an independent games. That's how the development team is making them, and so for that reason I'd like for you to think of them as something you can play as a standalone and itself contain a game, and I think that they will be worth playing in that way. So basically Matsuda is saying that all of the Final Fantasy installments are gonna be a simple standalone. That means of course it's gonna be a huge game, the same length of a Final Fantasy game. Again, 2 Blu-ray disc copies for the first entry. And right here, of course, Square Enix needs to surpass the original. That is the goal. And you may be asking, when is the last part of the remake? Well, as you can see right here, it is the escape of Midgar. This comes from another source, but as E3 2019 is closing down, the producer of Final Fantasy VII Remake, Yoshinori Kitase, has posted a comment in the Japanese official Twitter account for the game. The statement gives more confirmation about the scopes of the game's content that has been described as an early press release for Square Enix, other than reconfirming that the physical copies of Final Fantasy VII Remake will have 2 Blu-ray discs, and that it is the first of the multi-titles planned for the project to remake the entire Final Fantasy VII. Kitase also further reveals that this game will cover the storyline up until the escape from Midgar, while also adding new episodes and events that depict daily activities of people living in the electric cities. So this will actually provide more of the lively feel, daily events, which means that it's gonna feel very lively, but of course that means most likely you're gonna have to have internet connection for this, for it to be a daily thing. But let's read right here. You can read a translation of Kitase's comment right below. Final Fantasy VII Remake will be releasing on March 3rd simultaneously worldwide. For the highly anticipated RPG is also available now for pre-orders. But right here, good day everyone, I am Katase, the producer of Final Fantasy VII Remake. There had been a raging wave of development related to Final Fantasy VII Remake for the sudden announcement in May. The release date revealed in the orchestra concert held in Los Angeles of June 9th and a playable demo at E3, but I'd be glad if all our fans are delighted with the many surprises after waiting for so long. In doing a remake, what we first emphasized was to depict Midgar, which symbolized the world setting for the original Final Fantasy VII the most, in a charming way. We newly designed the interior structure of Midgar and added new episodes as well as depicting of the daily lives of citizens who lived there. Ultimately, just by depicting the story until the original's work, Escape from Midgar, we already reached a huge capacity with a pack of 2 Blu-ray discs, which should have enough density and volume for the world setting and storyline. To go along with that, we have optimized characters growth and a boss monster placement for this game, completely reconstructing it as a single standalone game, which we think will become a title worth playing enough. We plan to develop the Final Fantasy VII Remake project into multiple titles in the future, but we hope you will look forward for the release for the first title for Final Fantasy VII Remake on March 3rd, 2020. So basically they are going to continuously enhance the game. They're going to, for the open world stuff, they're always going to increase, and they're going to still develop that second part. And the fact that it's in Midgar, most likely a day and night cycle, which I think will be awesome. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty open world, even though it's just set in Midgar, because the biggest time we actually saw how big Midgar is in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Even that was pretty small. We got some open bits from Crisis Core and even the original Final Fantasy VII, but to say that this is going to be a huge city that fills 2 Blu-ray discs, I'm happy about that. I really am really happy about that. But yeah guys, please leave a like, helps me a lot. Comment down in the comment section down below what you guys think. Share with friends because sharing is caring, and most importantly, subscribe to become a fellow lightning bolt. Anyway guys, that is it for this video, and as always, this is the Lightning Jade. Blaze out.